Okay, so picking up, I could talk about when the missionaries came. Okay, second thing I could talk about, you could talk about his son. Um, so the second one, I'm going to talk about Romeo's tragic flaw. And then here is where I'm going to go in and talk about um, how his recklessness, the choices that he makes and how he never thinks before acting. Now, something I do want to point out about these two, while they do both possess a tragic flaw and they are similar in that way, both of their tragic flaws are different. So here are my two differences right here: Okonkwo's inability to accept change and Romeo's recklessness. Okay, so within that one main idea, we have both similarities and differences. So for this third disastrous end, Okonkwo again, talk about him first. Romeo, talk about him second. Okay, so this is where we could talk about again how he, loses his familial relationships. He is exiled. When he returns, nothing is the same. He has lost everything, and then finally he commits suicide. Now, Romeo here, he also is exiled. Sorry, guys. He also is exiled. He loses family and friends as well. And he commits suicide. Now, it appears as though those are also all similarities. However, if you wanted to, within the suicides, you could talk about how Okonkwo does this, knowingly, because he cannot accept what is about to happen. However, Romeo does this, unknowingly. He thinks he is doing this because Juliet is already dead while she is not. So their motivations there are a little bit different, because of some miscommunication here. That's why that happens. So again, within this third point, we have both similarities and differences. Now, I do want to point out that for this introduction paragraph, you are supposed to type a sentence here that is your attention grabber, and then 2 to 3 sentences leading into your thesis statement. I do want you to attempt that. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that now because we're going to talk about intro and conclusion paragraphs specifically later. But I do want you to attempt that. And just if you have any questions, let me know. So you have your intro paragraph, and then there at the end, you have your conclusion paragraph where you are supposed to reword your thesis statement. Again, that should be the first sentence in the conclusion paragraph. It is not the exact same as your thesis statement. It should be similar, but not the exact same. And then you sum up kind of what you just talked about in your outline. Okay, so we will talk about those more specifically later. I would just like to kind of see what you can come up with. If you have any questions, again, send me an email, send me a reminder, and let me know. Good luck, guys.